Well, hello, Salinas, California. We certainly know you're in the house, and that's a good thing for us. So, are you ready to tell us your story?
We are Salinas! Salinas!
You may begin.
Salinas delegates, Joel, Andrea, Natalie, Sylvia, Jorge, and Fernanda grew up amongst the challenges of Salinas. Now they are adults, and they're back nurturing our youth, leading them into the future for Salinas. Together we have learned that during tough times, a community comes together. We are a youth-led community with very positive aspects in our community. We are
Salinas! The city of Salinas has dealt with the tragedy of gang and youth violence for over 50 years. The violence reached such a high level and critical level that we came together and created the Community Alliance for Safety and Peace, also known as CAS.
The Community Alliance for Safety and Peace is a unique cross-sector collaborative made up of city, county government, local law enforcement, community-based organizations, community members, and most importantly, our youth. We were one of the first cities in the country to develop a strategic plan on violence reduction, which we did with the input of over 100 community listening sessions. We were one of the first of now 15 cities strong selected by the White House to participate in the National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention. We're proud to announce we're now going 6 years strong in implementing that strategic plan on violence reduction.
The people living in the Hebron Heights neighborhood wanted Hebron to be selected for CAS peace activities. There was a lot of crime and violence and they wanted to see a change.
I am reading the words of Jorge Salazar, one of our delegates and beloved community leader who just passed away 2 weeks ago. One of the components of the plan is leadership academies that provide us as residents with the skills, knowledge, and tools to become community leaders. I graduated from the academy and now I am active and committed to keeping peace in my neighborhood. To date, 60 residents have came together and have committed to become the solution to our problem. I am glad to share with all of you that due to the high level of interest and additional funding, we will be having not one, but 2 leadership academies this 2013. Woo!
The Leadership Academy is only one of the many activities of CAS, and the statistics are staggering. Violence is down, particularly in our Hebron Heights community, which was a really hot spot for where we tried to address some of these challenges. Even more important, through this whole process, we discovered that youth are really where it all is centered at and where the change comes from.
We are empowering youth in our community to face some of our city's most pressing challenges. Their courage, creative solutions, as well as their ability to mobilize the community inspire us all.
Everything is possible. It takes a strong partnership between the city, the community, and its city officials. The heart of many beautiful and incredible developments in Salinas comes from our youth.
Youth for Change is working on a basketball court and a recreational area, a $200,000 development where youth have led capital improvements in our community. Being part of the design, fundraising, and the construction has increased our skills, our leadership, and our power to demonstrate that youth are assets to Salinas.
The importance of the youth community center in Salinas comes from young leaders say we have a dream. We can contribute to this dream and we'll make this dream a reality.
Salinas nonprofit organizations not only provide students and participants with diverse opportunities, but as well as horizons for them to open and broaden their opportunities. We promote a substance-free lifestyle through higher education, prevention mechanisms, and treatment to 2,000 individuals each year.
We are dedicated to building a healthy and safe communities, and we do that by providing outreach. We do a lot of mentoring through education and prevention, and this is a way to create an awareness and promote action towards resolving community health issues.
In our peer-to-peer mentoring programs, we educate and create an awareness of policies and environmental changes due to substance abuse and preventing bullying.
We found that we must invest in educational and economic development activities for our youth and families. And that's where the Steinbeck Innovation Foundation has come in, offering awesome job creation. It's really, really cool educational opportunities.
Education is a huge priority. In focusing on science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM fields, Steinbeck Innovation's Coder Dojo, in collaboration with Hartnell College, is cultivating a very strong interest in computer programming in our youth.
I'm learning how to write code and program computers. It's really fun and I'm really smart.
I would like to pursue a career in technology, so learning the code will help me reach that goal.
It is very important that our kids are well prepared to meet future job opportunities. It is students, like my son here, if taught to learn how to code at a very young age, will have a huge advantage.
By 2020, the number of STEM jobs will increase by 17%. Only 8% of all degrees awarded in the STEM fields go to Hispanics. Salinas wants to provide these type of advanced opportunities for all of our youth.
Coder Dojo Salinas is in its third year of programming. Last year, there were over 300 participants. 60% were boys, 54% were Latinos or Hispanics. And we will increase our capacity by another 50% this year.
In the next 40 years, farmers will have to grow as much food as they have in the last 10,000 years. By immersing them in technology and the agriculture that surrounds Salinas, our youth will have the solutions to provide a difference, to make a difference for the entire world.
Salinas promotes health and well-being. Once a year, Salinas Youth temporarily transforms nearly 2 miles of Alisal Street, making it accessible for a wide range of recreation activities, as well as live music and art. There are not enough safe, accessible areas for residents to exercise, and Ciclovia Salinas provides a unique and free opportunity for the entire family to have fun while doing physical activity.
For too long, dismissive stereotypes and the media's negative portrayal have overshadowed the many positives in our community. Youth want to show others that there is more to Salinas than the routinely depicted violence. Salinas is a vibrant, diverse, and creative community. It is our hope that people will learn to love the city like we do.
The event route east to west, Alice Street, west of chosen because it bridges two segregated parts of the city. It is quite common for people from the east side to never step in downtown or South Salinas and vice versa. The idea is to unite the community through Ciclovia, gradually encouraging people to feel safe and welcome on either side of town.
Ciclovia Salinas helps our community grow and strengthen from within by attracting tourism and stimulating the local economy. The idea is to have people from our city and its surroundings discover its businesses along the route, which in turn boosts the economy.
Lastly, because Ciclovia Salinas is the only youth-led open streets project in the country, it is deeply rooted in youth empowerment. The goal of Ciclovia is to foster leadership development and demonstrate the capacity and potential for youth to make a difference. The goal of Ciclovia also is to encourage our youth to express their love for the community and the opportunity to make a difference.
Ciclovia Salinas is the only youth-led open street in the nation. With over 3,000 attendees at our Ciclovia, we applaud our youth for their commitment to serving our community. Our city government, including the Public Works Department, Salinas Police Department, dozens of nonprofits, local businesses, hundreds of individual volunteers, all help the youth to make Ciclovia Salinas possible. They dream, and we support them to make it a reality.
What we found in addressing our most crucial problems is it takes a strong citizenship, starting with our youth. It also involves the nonprofit, the public, and the private sector, which helps make Salinas a better and safer place. As we place the last piece of this puzzle, and we talk about the programs we've implemented today and the steps we've taken forward, it has made our community much better and a stronger community. Thank you to the National Civic League for having us here today. And I want to thank our youth and our adults that support them for what they've done in our community. And I want to thank all of the other cities that are here, that are showcasing what their youth have done. So thank you very much.
That was pretty amazing. And I know we'll have questions that we want to ask you, and I believe that you asked first. Let's get this.
Good morning, and thank you for that. That was just awesome, that presentation. And I want to say, I really felt the leadership in the room, especially all of you young women. So keep it up, and congratulations to you. And I'm sure that that contributed to you getting the funding for your second Leadership Academy, so congratulations on that. I have a question on the Steinbeck Innovation Initiative around the Coder. Okay, great. The Coder Dojo and the focus on STEM. So you said that you've been in here, you've been doing this for 3 years now, and you've had 300 participants. What are you doing in the community to attract like the Googles and because of where you are positioned to really get everybody jobs in this area because of where you are. So are you tracking, or what kind of outreach are you doing to the Silicon Valley companies in your area?
So we are connecting with Silicon Valley right now because their Coder Dojo is a worldwide movement, and we're the only Coder Dojo in our area. There's a huge interest in Silicon Valley in coming down and providing us with some mentorship and also some funding on our program. The students that participate in our program, it's free of cost. So we do get our word out by social media, word of mouth, other youth programs that share the same interests. It's not very hard. We actually have waiting lists, and our program is growing substantially in the last year.
In the 3 years that the Steinbeck Innovation Foundation's been around, it has seen all kinds of success at all age levels. In fact, it's gone so big that we've had numerous conferences, meetups, youth-led activities where there is an academy for youth and young people to bring to bear a new agricultural technology. The bridges between Silicon Valley and Salinas are huge, and I would say next month we have Steve Forbes coming for a major summit that's going to shut down our 100 block, and youth will be there every bit of the way.
Eric, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Salinas. You mentioned there was 50 years of gang violence increased, and then you 6 years strong with CAST, and then you also mentioned City of Globo, Salinas, the only one in the nation. What changed? How do you get youth so involved? And obviously the youth here, you're very passionate, and that's to be commended. That was fantastic. So, yeah, what changed and why?
Well, as the mayor, I can tell you what changed it is. Our youth, our community has decided enough is enough. We formed the Community Alliance on Safety and Peace. We have reached out to our youth who have taken mentorship and leadership programs. As I mentioned, several of these people have just become young adults, and they didn't leave the community. They've stepped back in, and they're leading our young. We are working with numerous organizations on how we address that issue. And I will let Fernanda talk a little bit about her work in the Hebron Heights area and how they've made the community come together.
Thank you for your time. So I actually grew up in Salinas, as we mentioned earlier, and our love and hope for our town has kept us moving to make a change in our community. And so have had grown up in Salinas, I was actually born in Mexico, grew up in Salinas, I knew that there was a need and that we all had a passion, we just didn't have the tools at times, or we didn't know that we had the tools to make a change. And so we have our leadership academies for adults, completely free. The oldest was 62, the youngest was like 20. And so we are now having our Youth Leadership Academy, which is giving the youth also the tools to overcome their fears and make a stand in our community and really make a change. And so we're giving our youth the hope, and that's pushing them to really strive and make a change in our community.
For a small city like Salinas, there is so much going on, and there always has been. What's really changed over the last 6 or 7 years is the decision that we all have to work together and work across sectors, and not just say, well, that's an education problem, or that's a police problem, or that's a city government problem. No, we all need to be working together and understand that sort of the cross-systems collaboration is going to be the key to our success. That's certainly a best practice you see proliferating around the country. We're happy to be a part of that and modeling it for a lot of cities in California and across the country.
All right, thank you very much.
Salinas, thank you for putting all the puzzle pieces together for us on what an all-America city looks like. I want to go back to a question around the Steinbeck Innovation Center as well, which is pretty amazing. Fabulous outreach to the business community about what future, but what is also the link back to the school system itself to develop that pipeline, not just for four-year degrees in higher education, but we also know there's a lot of paths that you can take that can get you to be a very successful.
Well, what has helped ourselves is we're with our junior college, and we're at a 4-year university, Cal State University, Monterey Bay. We have developed a 3-year computer science program to earn a bachelor's degree. One of our local orchid growers is funding this class for 50 students for 3 years. No expenses, no cost. You come to school, that's your new job. That's our first step. We've also got all of the universities working with us on the Coder Dojo. We have Hartnell College. We use their facility. It's an East Side campus. And what I've learned is I've had an opportunity to go there. And when you go to a place on a Saturday morning where it's beautiful and people are in line and you have a security guard say, Mayor, you have a problem, which is normally what the mayor hears. And he says, this starts at 10. These people are in line at 8 o'clock because they're so excited about what's going on. So we've reached out in some of the toughest neighborhoods to some of the best people in our community. And we are combining it together. And we're building that bridge that a lot of communities have divided. We have brought it back together. Maggie?
And I think that you mentioned the pipeline. Our pipeline starts in kindergarten. So we have programs out of Hartnell College that start in kindergarten. We're very lucky to have the only NASA SEMA site on the West Coast, which is a Science, Engineering, Math, and Aerospace Academy funded by NASA, which starts at kindergarten. Coder Dojo starts at age 8. The students need to learn how to be able to read and write independently for able to be participants in our program. So we have a huge pipeline that really starts in kindergarten. As the mayor said, these are kindergartens going to college for summer programs during the whole year. And so that's how we're building the pipeline and working together with our community college, with the local university, and the community as a whole.
Thank you.
Congratulations again on great stories from the heart, and you can see how it's really making a difference. I want to go back to the Steinbeck Innovation again, just one question. So in 2014, just this past year, there were 22 graduates, 15 were male. Are you following up with them in the future? Are they on to different business plans? I'd like to hear how they share maybe their success stories. And
a lot of our graduates through the Steinbeck Innovation Program, we've done a Thrive Selector. We had almost 100 businesses apply worldwide, came down, put together new products, new technology that involves growing of the produce, providing whatever it takes to feed the world, which what we do in Salinas. These companies are following up. Our major produce companies have reached out to these folks and brought them into the fold because they realize with the technology and our youth that Salinas is going to grow. We are a community that has a lot of smart young people that have not been tapped into. We have stepped up, and that is what's making the Steinbeck Innovation Cluster work. Everybody from Silicon Valley comes back and goes, wow. So they've taken a major portion of the building downtown, along with the Western Growers Association, to open up our own selector program, our own Thrive, our own Innovation Center, which is going to develop new jobs and new companies. And they're hiring local people to work at these facilities.
Okay, Anthony, I think we have 1 minute. You had your hand up, so I know you want to.
I'll be very brief, thank you.
Steinbeck innovation is certainly a theme here. I really have a question about the potential for federal collaboration. So I know the president recently launched the Tech Hire program across the country, and so I was wondering if you might speak to federal collaboration.
Absolutely. So USDA is a major partner in what we're trying to put together in like coding throwdown. They've done this at other community colleges. It's focused on youth and young people, and particularly at rural communities and the farming and ranching entities. So we're hoping that in 2016 that comes to Salinas. There's only been one, and we're ready to be site number 2. But there's definitely a big piece of that.
And something I would like to add, connected to federal, is that we have a PARTS coalition. It's Preventing Alcohol-Related Trauma in Salinas, and we are federally granted by SAMHSA. And we have a 5-year plan going towards our second half, and we're working towards initiatives of drug and alcohol prevention initiatives, bullying, mental illness, and any initiatives to help our youth become more active and developing type of leadership skills as well.
We have a congressman, Sam Farr, who's been in Congress a very long time, who can reach out to the president anytime that he has, and he is selling our message to the White House about what we're doing in Salinas and how we're advancing and how they understand that we're getting what the president wants done with the technology and how we were going to lead the world in this scenario in the future.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Salinas. It was wonderful. I will tell you that Mayor, you and this community has learned the secret. When you as a community decide enough is enough, we had to learn that too. No one's going to come in and save you, nor should they, because no one loves and cares about their own community as you do your own hometown. You young people, my goodness, we ought to just transport you all over. But I will tell you, wherever we are in our communities, this is our young people. If you haven't or we haven't tapped into them, they want to take charge and they want to lead. And good for you guys that just stepped up and did it for this community. It's a key and a cornerstone of what our community can be. And obviously, you've learned the secret, put everybody at the seat of a round table and give everybody a chance to make their community great. And that's what you all have done. So thank you, Salinas.